Hello, Mr. Crowley here, and we're talking about keyboarding skills. We want to talk a little bit about what we can do to make sure that we're using our fingers and our hands to be the best keyboarders possible. So here we go. First of all, step one. I've noticed some students are only using one or two fingers to keyboard, and we want to make sure we're using all of our fingers to make that job faster and easier and more accurate. Second thing is I want to talk about making sure our fingers are in the right position. So they should be curled over on the keyboard. We want to make sure that our pointer fingers are on the keys with the bumps, the F and the J key, so we have those lined up, ready to rock and roll. And our third thing is that ninja control, where we have our fingers on the keyboards gently, but not pushing down on them like this. We're just waiting until it's their turn and so let's look at some pictures and videos of other students and their awesome keyboarding skills and see what we can learn together. Our first example, this student is right-handed, and his right hand is doing most of the work of keyboarding. Also, this student is looking at the screen and trying to find where the keys are on the keyboard. That means his brain is doing twice the work as well. Instead of letting his fingers learn where they're supposed to be, each time he wants to press a new key, he has to first find where it is in the keyboard. Our goal is to work together to make us faster and more accurate keyboarders. In this example, you can see our student is keeping her fingers on home row as much as possible, and her pointer fingers are on the F and the J key. Keeping your fingers on these keys allows us to focus on which side of the keyboard each hand should focus on. In this case, you can see the right hand is coming over and is doing the work of the left hand. That will slow down and reduce your accuracy. Our goal is to have each hand working on their half of the keyboard. This way you're able to increase your accuracy as your fingers learn where they belong and increase your speed because your fingers will have less distance to travel. Learning how and focusing on keeping your fingers on home row can be frustrating. However, with practice and hard work, you will become a faster keyboarder, which means that you'll be able to share your thoughts and ideas with the rest of the world when it comes time for you to write what you're thinking and feeling. In order for us to get better though, we need to make sure that we're practicing our best to become our best. Please don't get lazy, keep those fingers on home row. Alright friends, so we've talked a lot about how to improve our keyboarding skills, and I want to break it down to three things I want you to focus on today. Number one, keep your pointer fingers on F and J keys. You can find those on your keyboard because they have the little bumps. So find those bumps, let them stay there. Number two, make sure the rest of your fingers are living on home row. That means that if you have your fingers in F and J, the rest of your fingers kind of line up right next to them in that line with F and J. When you use your finger, maybe you're using your pinky on your right hand side to come up and tap the letter P. Boop. Once you tap P, come right back to where it rests on the semicolon, so it comes back to where it belongs on home row. And rule number three, the most important rule, is going to be to don't look at the keyboard. Now, we've talked a lot about this rule, and we know it's challenging. It gets hard. I look at the keyboard too sometimes. But your goal is that you want to practice not looking, especially when you get to those tests where you're playing the game and you're trying to battle the ninja and all those things are amazing. Don't look at the keyboard. When you look at the keyboard, you're taking your brain away from focusing on what you're typing, and you're putting it back into finding where you're typing. So don't look at it. To help out with this, if you need a towel, you may certainly borrow a towel to cover your hands, but make sure you can find those bumps so that you're able to take care of business there. Thanks friends, awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the lab soon. Have a great day.